Colts coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Just a short time ago, smoke from the pyrotechnics filled the dome as the Colts made their way out of the locker room. We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with the Tennessee Titans. Set to go, Young Wei Koo ready to do the honors. And off we go on EA Sports. And this will be a return from deep in the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. To throw is Wilson. Flush to his right. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
They go play action now. Wilson. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. 3rd play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Defensively, they rally the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on 1st. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it'll be Titan football. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Here's Lance to throw it. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. A big play that time for the Titans.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Now play fake. Lance. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And we knew that this offense was going to try and put pressure on the secondary. That was something they talked about with us. They knew that they had an advantage, pressed it, and there you go. Big play for a touchdown on their very first possession.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. Still be a playoff team, or is that?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Here's a diving catch right side. That catch good for only a couple. Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. The former 3rd overall pick, Quinnen Williams, there to bring him down. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. They go play action with Wilson. He sets to fire deep. And this is taken in at the 5. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there for Indy.
As a general manager, you're counting on your 1st and 2nd round draft picks to have a big-time impact on your team. But where you make your bones, rounds 3 through 7. If you can find a few diamonds in the rough there, develop them, then you've got something going, and we're seeing one right here.
Yeah, plays like that lead me to believe that they found a diamond in the rough. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Here's Taylor again, and not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. On 3rd and goal, Wilson looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Rodrigo Blankenship for the Colts field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Blankenship's kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They're at the halfway point of the season, Charles, 8-0. What a great start. Clearly a Super Bowl contender, if not the outright favorite, to 2 months to win the whole thing.
Well, there aren't too many bad things you can say right now because this team is playing pretty well. They've had a couple of injuries. That could plague them down the stretch. But their intensity doesn't waver. I think the road to the Super Bowl is going to go through them in the playoffs. And if you're on their road, things could be bumpy for you.
Flushed out right. He's going to look deep for more. And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. And he is finally out of bounds, but he gets all the way down right around the 20. A big play that time for the Titans. On 1st down, Lance. That's caught left side to tight end Pitts. And it's a Titans touchdown. Kyle Pitts hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. After one, a 14-3 ball game. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Running left, Taylor. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Play action. Now Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A big play there on the catch and run. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Rondale Moore with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Colts able to get this back within a touchdown. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead is down to 4. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Montez Sweat able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face. Not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. After the sack on 1st down, Lance. And he's got his man in stride, complete. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A big play that time on the catch and run. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Lance now to throw. They'll try and set up the score. Winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. These two teams met in Nashville earlier in the year with the Titans coming away victorious. So if they can find a way to win here in Indianapolis, they would take the season series 2-0. Now Lance again. Escaping the pressure right. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. Off the option, here's Etienne. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. And Lance again going to keep it. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. But they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Being chased out left. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Colts are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Cleveland Farrell. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front seven defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Here's Sterling Hoffrichter now
as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this will be taken at the 13.
A good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return.
And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right?
He's got him in. Complete. Touchdown, Titans.
Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
And this will not be returned. It'll... Out to the 25.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Here's Wilson to throw. Flush to his right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the 1st down.
Well, throw on 1st down with Wilson. Flushed out right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, check back, Mike 6. Bravo! Ready, go!
From the shotgun, Wilson.
Got an open man. It's Ruggs.
A gain of 6 there on first.
4 yards remain on 2nd down. Ball on the 10.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Meanwhile, they take it. But this is going to wind up incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that...
It got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So we reach halftime here with the visiting Titans taking the lead into intermission. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting...
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr.
And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the...
They're trying to get it to Ruggs, but it's intercepted.
Picked off at the 15. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. On 2nd down, a run with Etienne. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They fake the handoff. Now Lance.
He's going to loft one deep left side here.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come. We get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
Partner, I think it's hard to say because history would tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, and then they have that one bad week and takes them out of the running. I'm going to say 25%, and I feel like I'm being generous with that number.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45.
Throwing now is Lance.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And the Colts pick it up. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
Well, you had an offense working with a comfortable 2-score lead here in the third quarter and certainly doesn't feel as comfortable now following the turnover.
Yeah, you're right about that because now the nerves start to come into play a little bit. You're a little bit jangled. You don't want to give your opponents any avenues to get back into the game. What you'd rather do, put up signs and say,
and he's going to be intercepted a third time. Jonathan Abram picks it. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. But that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Lance, a quick throw out wide, complete. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
If you're a wide receiver and they call a screen pass, you're counting on some people being out in front of you blocking. But that play was well diagnosed by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, and they got there and swarmed and finished off the play.
This is caught. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Again, they'll throw it with Lance. Eluding the pressure right. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield. But when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Here's Lance. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He had 3 touchdowns already, but won't get a 4th here. And this Colts defense comes up with a goal line stand. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. Room here to run. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
For Henry Ruggs, he was the fastest runner at the 2020 Combine, ran the 40 in 4.27. That is fast, folks, and that speed in evidence there.
Wilson going to throw for it. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to give a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their...
And that's caught inside the 35. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. A big play that time for the Titans. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
A give running right, ETN.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
On 2nd down, ETN once more.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Shotgun now for Lance.
Flush to his right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a 1st down.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. A give, it's ETN off the option.
And he will score. Touchdown, Titans.
Travis Etienne
with touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble of bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing is Wilson. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Flushed out right. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
7 yards, the pickup there.
Play action. It's Wilson.
He'll let this go deep for Ruggs.
And this is taken in at the 5. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A big connection on that one. 36 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Sliding it, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. A very costly sack there on 3rd and goal pushes him back big time. And now you'd figure the field goal team coming on 4th.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw there complete to Ruggs.
A 10-yard completion, but still now facing 3rd and goal. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. He's at the 50, 30. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
From the gun, it's Lance.
Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown.
Jamar Chase
hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season.
And the Titans add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that will make this a 19-point game.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem.
This is caught inside the 15. And they're going to have this all the way down deep into Tennessee territory. A big play there for Indy. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Second down and goal. Wilson, touchdown Colts. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Colts have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Taken at the goal line. And he doesn't even get this to the 10. He's taken down at the 9.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. This game was really a tussle, seemed like just a moment ago, and now they've got the momentum. A couple of scores on their last pair of drives, and a 2-score lead. I think here now you go conservative, right? Run the football, work the clock.
You know, I usually agree with you, but I'm going after them right here. I want to put this bad boy away. I wouldn't be afraid to throw it. They've got all the confidence, all the momentum on their side. Go ahead and take your dagger shots and try and finish this one off.
I disagree vehemently. I say run the football. You've got the lead.
Well, let's watch it and find out who's right.
So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And a healthy gain of 8 here. They double their workspace out to the 16.
Off of play action, here's Lance.
Rolling to his right. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
A shotgun snap and again to ETN.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now it looks like he'll throw here.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down.
Looking for the out route, and he's got more.
And he will have a Titans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Throwing on 1st down is Lance.
Again, he finds more. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1.
Working from the gun, Lance.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Colts are right back in this football game.
Well, in all likelihood, this ball game's still over. I mean, even with the interception, 2-score game, they need a miracle.
Curious decision to even throw the ball in that situation, but maybe they saw a stacked line of scrimmage and said, hey, it's better to try and throw than to try and run against it. In any event, I think you're exactly right. Now, the other team can pad their stats, but I don't think they're going to win.
Yeah, but still, don't change the channel just yet. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Denzel Ward.
And the Titans are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Here's Lance to throw it. That's going to be caught by Pitts.
Touchdown!
Kyle Pitts
with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year.
And the Titans are on their way to a 9-0 start as they build on to their lead.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that will make this a 19-point game.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for them. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And now here is another interception. Jonathan Abram picks it, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped.
And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.